Hi Cancer, this is Wishko the Ferret. Thanks for hopping into the Ferret Den. We're keeping things warm and we're keeping things cozy. Today we have a reading for you for May 22nd to May 28th. As always, Cancer, drop into your heart space. Let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. Make sure that it clearly resonates with you so that you can make decisions and take action items moving forward. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I'll take that one too. So usually I pull 5, but you got 6 cards, a few extra trying to come out here. So I see you're trying to do something. You're trying to do something here, Cancer. You have the 2 of Wands, and it's clear that you are planning or plotting some type of adventure moving forward. This could be the start of a business, a creative adventure. This could be, it's just the start of something. The 2 of Wands is the planning stage, and you see the road ahead. You might not be able to see the destination, but you definitely see that there's going to be some challenges, obstacles, some winds and turns and things like that, but you also see the potential rewards, something that's going to impact you and fulfill you. That's kind of what the 2 of Wands is about. Something about taking that first step into something that you are planning, or I don't know. I just hear something about planning and plotting, okay? But once that energy is set in motion, once you get your ideas and dreams and goals, if you're not somebody who has planned all of that yet, sit with your dreams and really think about where you want to take it and how you want this to go. The how might not match up with the reality of how the how will actually happen, but whatever you are pursuing for this week, have an image or a goal in mind so that you can get some forward momentum going. And as you get that forward momentum, you have the Knight of Cups here, which the Knight of Cups is always a presentation of some kind of opportunity or some type of something that's going to lift up your spirit. And this is in reference to that thing that is moving you forward, that dream or that goal. So once you put that in that, like, put your visualizations to the test, try to flesh out your dream and where you want to go, because then the universe is kind of going to feed back to you with, here's an opportunity. Here is something that we are going to introduce that lift your spirit. And this is kind of like the key thing throughout the week here is playing off of this Knight of Cups energy. And although the Knight of Cups does move very slow, he is taking adventures into his heart space and around and trying to see what lights up his heart. He's really has this exploratory mode on, and he's ready to take that forward movement and action. And I actually do see you moving forward with this, whatever opportunity is being presented to you at this time, because the focal point of your reading is the 3 of Wands, which is, it's funny because you have the 2 of Wands and then you have the 3 of Wands. So moving forward, I heard something about precious time. So perhaps this is the right time, and perhaps you feel this week that time is of the essence whenever these opportunities are present. Perhaps you have only a certain amount of time to act on the opportunity. So maybe you'll have a small time window to do that, but it'll be something that you feel in your heart is something that you were meant to do, or an opportunity that you were meant to take. So I don't feel any fear with this opportunity, but I do see you moving forward with it. You have a solid plan in place, and with the 3 of Wands, it does offer a good foundation for moving forward. You also have the Star here. The Star is, it's one of my treasure cards. There is treasure to be found in this opportunity. There's treasures to be found within yourself that's waiting to come out so you can display them to the world. There's something about your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. It's almost like they're shining up from within, and then you are able to try to find that mirrored in your life so that you can go after those goals. And the Star is actually having a great deal of potential this week, so Spirit's kind of guiding me to see this as more of a broader view of different things. So it's not just this one particular situation that they want you to hone in on. So whatever this opportunity, your dreams, your goals, I feel like this is expanding more throughout your week. So basically with everything. So even if it's just how you want your week to look, how do you want it to transpire? That's their 2 of Wands energy, presented with opportunities to bring those visions to life. And the 3 of Wands is taking active motion or active movement towards those things. It's moving beyond the planning stages and taking those steps regardless of what direction, even if it's planning to have a little bit of extra fun this week rather than focusing so much on career, or focusing so much on things around the house, or like different chores and stuff that you feel you have to do. So it's moving beyond these things and really just finding what, like, go with your gut. Spirit is saying go with your gut to see where that applies in your life. But the star is saying that there's great potential for this week to really work with whatever inspirations are coming to you at this time. The Five of Wands. Five of Wands is indication of some sort of inner conflict. These are typically in regards to like emotions, or so I'm feeling like I'm battling it out, and I'm feeling like there's something in relation to like the emotion center. Perhaps your emotions don't quite line up with your intuition, and that's causing some type of conflict. And maybe that's the how it's presenting to you at this time. It could be in the form of a job that you really love, for example, but is not really providing you with what is necessary to reach your goals. Or it could be in the form of, for whatever reason, dating is coming to mind, like wanting to date, but finding that you don't really have, or you don't really want to accommodate the time in your schedule to do that. There's just something here about wanting to do something, but not feeling like you have the means to do it. But what Spirit is ultimately saying, because they insisted on the 6th card coming out, which is the World, you have endless opportunity here, but it's up to you how you want to choose to work it. And this is so strange. The type of message that's coming through is that it's okay to make mistakes. And by making mistakes, I mean that it's okay to slip up every once in a while because we're human. So the kind of guidance that is coming through, that it doesn't quite match with the World card, but there is something coming forward with really just doing what you want, even if it's against, so like, I kind of want to watch how I word this, because I'll always say connect to your intuition and use that as your internal compass, but sometimes we do get frustrated and impatient. It's okay to make that slip and to completely like make human decisions. Like if you get overwhelmed with work and you're like, I'm talking like for whatever reason, there's like a certain scenario coming to mind where someone just doesn't have all of the time in the world to do something, and they have this pile of stuff that they need to get done, and then they just kind of fly off the handles, and it's like 7 p.m. at night, and there's 7 p.m. and they're like, I'm just gonna chug a cup of coffee and stay up all night and do everything. Okay, so that's not ultimately, I just heard yelling outside too, so I mean, honestly, if you feel like letting chaos ensue, Cancer, just let chaos ensue, because it might just be the kick that you need in order to get everything in order and help see things from a clear perspective, because there's a reason why this inner conflict is coming about. I'm saying let that chaos play out within, and it's okay if that chaos plays on the outside for a little bit. I do find that even if we are not always following what our intuition is telling us to do, it still works out. It's all in accordance with divine timing and everything. So where of course we're still responsible for our own decisions, so there will be repercussions and different things, whether they're positive or negative. Like there are always consequences to our actions, so obviously be prepared and accept that, be willing to embrace it. But I also think it's okay to embrace our flawed human nature as well. So it's okay to take that extra day to yourself to get yourself in order. It's okay to make like an off the wall decision and then later find, okay, let me just try to fix this, try to I'm not saying like go out there and make all the mistakes ever, or make the but it's there's something here about like it could be stress, it could be almost like you're tolerating a situation maybe. I'm feeling the word tolerance. This is a positive spread and it's positive movement, but for whatever reason this 5 of Wands is really sticking out as like something that's bugging me. But the thing with the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, that if you're working towards something, it is going to take time to get from the 2 of Wands to the 3 of Wands and then all the way up through the rest of the Wands in order to get to your desired goal. So, I mean, Temperance is not here. The card Temperance is not here, but I do feel that patience is required, but you still have a world of opportunity to work with. So it's okay in these early stages if you want to let loose for a little bit and make a mistake. That's totally okay. I just want to say, like, find time, whatever you need in your body to help digest that Five of Wands energy. That's going to help kind of clear that path ahead. Okay? Let's see what we have in your oracle cards. I'm going to pull from Divine Circus first. I picked up the wrong deck. I'm going to pull from Divine Circus first, and then we're going to read the beautiful passage out of the book because I'm not I haven't fully studied up on this deck. I use it occasionally, but yeah, here we go. One of your other fellow signs got this too this week. Duke of Shadows. And I'll show you the card once I get the book out, and I will try to hold it up for as long as I can while I read. Passages are a little bit long. Bear with me. Cunningly clever am I, helping you discern the truth from the lie. I remind you that half-truths may seem to be whole, yet in the shadows is information yet to be known. When the time is right, the light shall be bright, and confusion will give way to understanding. The Duke of Shadows brings you an invitation to patience. It is a cautionary card not to inspire concern, but rather to inspire curiosity. There is more to a situation, person, opportunity, or even an apparent absence of activity or success than meets the eye. You could imagine it being like the universe has another card up its sleeve and is yet to show its full hand. The Duke of Shadows indicates that a process has been set in motion but is under the radar of your awareness. Something is happening, even if that doesn't appear to be the case. But just like a seed starts to grow into a plant deep in the earth, apparently invisible and yet very real, you are being subjected to invisible but real forces of growth and healing at this time. His appearance signifies that the bigger picture of what is happening right now is not fully available to you. It will be, in time, but for now, Duke of Shadows reminds you that what you are seeing is not the whole story and is not the final verdict. Because you cannot know what you don't know, you will need to wait for more information to come to you. So if what you see, sense, or feel is negative right now, don't believe it. You are in a time of your life when your perspective will be partial. And the book just closed. Sorry guys, hang on. This is quite literally what I said about dropping the ball. It's okay to drop the ball. It'll take an adjustment period, but it's okay to do that. We're all human, and that happens. So that is not through some failure on your part. It is just the way of things at various points in the process of bringing dreams and visions to life in the world. Sometimes we are at the top of the mountain and can see where we have come and where we are going very clearly. At other times, we are doing the hard yards on the journey and have to keep going through what feels like a dark night where we aren't really sure where we are going or even if we are getting anywhere at all. This is an essential part of the journey that leads us to the top of the mountain and a clear view in due course. The Duke of Shadows tells you two things. Firstly, if you feel like this, keep going because your perspective will soon become a happier and more informed one. Secondly, don't take things at face value at the moment. Things are going to shift and change, and there will be a surprising twist in your life. Though you don't see it coming, another piece of your life puzzle is going to reveal itself soon. It will help solve a difficulty or question you have been holding in your heart. The affirmation of this card is, just as day follows night, out of darkness comes the clarity of light. I am shown all that will help me at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I know everything that is helpful for me to know now and every day. So I'm going to let that be a message itself because I think that addresses the Five of Wands perfectly. Perhaps you've experienced those types of frustrations. And especially in accordance with following your dreams and aspirations, what we just talked about with the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands, I feel like that lines up very well. So we're going to see what the Spirit Animal Oracle has for you. Dive into the Dragon Oracle as well before we pull or before we roll some of your angel dice here. See what else we got. Okay. Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life. So if you've really been dragging your feet on something for a while, Cancer, it's important to get moving on it. What can you do today that'll help support you in your goals tomorrow? So even if it's something small, even if you have to go back and dot some I's and, cross some T's over some plans, I feel like whatever it is that you have to do, just get moving a little bit more. Even if it's probably going to feel, I'm gonna be real here. It feels like whatever this next step for you is might seem a little uncomfortable or out of your comfort zone. Spirit is saying push that. push that just a little bit. That could also actually help with clearing up some of the Five of Wands energy. And I feel like the Five of Wands energy might just be when you have negative things popping up, when you have these thoughts or fears popping up, I think that forward motion is the best way to kill those types of thoughts. Just completely swat them aside, is to actively put into motion what you are trying to do, so that at least you are trying. It's imperative that you try. So that's kind of what Spirit is saying, like, get moving on it a little bit. And one foot in front of the other, just tiny things. It doesn't even have to be big. But the tiniest ripple effect can cause like the biggest avalanche. So that's what we're going here. That's what we're going for here, is we're going through baby steps to reach long-term goals, because those baby steps honestly can leave monstrous footprints. Okay, I'm done speaking in metaphors. Let's move on. Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. And I love this card because it's important that you recognize that Spirit is giving you the tools that you need. Not only that, but Spirit's love is coming up from within you as well. So I always feel that this is an appreciation card for Spirit and what Spirit can give to you. And also appreciate what you can give to yourself as well. I always feel like this is a reflection of us and our inner power, especially with the lion. The lion, especially on the tarot, and the strength. So the strength card in the tarot, it has a lion on it. And quite literally, it has many different interpretations. But in accordance with this deck, it is talking about inner power. So being generous of the tools that Spirit is providing you and acknowledging that and showing appreciation for it. And they're not condemning you for not using these tools at all. And they have like no judgment. They just want you to be aware that they exist and to start choosing one. So if you have a plethora of options and you can't really figure out which to do, or you're not fully 100% vibing on any of them, you don't have to be 100%, and you're never going to 100% feel like doing something. Spirit is saying the important thing is to just keep moving. Just keep moving. Your intuition will indicate rest periods when the time does pop up, but allowing yourself to hold that space for yourself and for Spirit, for thanking yourself for how you're showing up and thanking Spirit for how they're showing up with you, will help you in turn be kind to yourself and also be generous to others. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. You have Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. Sorry, I know I'm saying that wrong. Prepares you to accept source healing. Accept a heart activation. Give and receive heart healing. So this Blue Dragon actually comes about, and there's a whole thing. I feel like there's some healing to be had here. This could be healing straight out of a rebirth. This could be healing that is just like your energies are shifting and aligning, and perhaps it's like your soul's trying to accommodate some type of change you've made recently, or maybe things have just gotten too hard. It's been like the same old, but then things have just kind of weighed on you recently. But either way, there is healing coming in. There is an exercise in the book that's coming up that I do want to read very quickly, because I think this visualization can actually really help you work with this energy and receive that healing. So okay. They also talk in this description about threes. So threes could be an important number for you. If you're seeing threes in multiple different locations, or you're seeing them in the form of signs, threes is kind of a form of, to me, it's the number of kind of up-leveling or some type of spiritual shifting, but it is Ascended Masters feeding you knowledge here. So let me see, what's the guidance here? A blue dragon from the Pleiades has come to you today to offer you a healing by lighting up a blue rose in each of your chakras. Relax, invited to touch you, and accept any energy it brings you. Alternatively, it may have sought you to suggest you give beautiful blue Pleiadian healing under the law of grace to others. If you wish to do this, tell it that you are ready, and it will activate a huge energetic blue rose in your heart, so you can direct source healing to a person or a situation, even if you have to do that for yourself. Incredible seventh dimension. Yeah, so I thought there was something in here that walked you through the energy with that, but I guess not. But essentially, how I've always conducted these meditations, because there are other meditations in the book that could help you. But even if it's just a simple, quick 2-minute meditation of clearing your mind, imagining a blue dragon, such as this one, coming to you into that. Usually the heart center is green for the heart chakra. But even if you imagine like a green, I would say imagine a green light from your heart, and then imagine the blue dragon coming up with its blue star and gracing you with that source healing. I think that imagery alone, you might feel like it's just your imagination, but quite literally, like the imagination and the intuition are so closely linked that not even sometimes, for me, most of the time, that imagery is enough to feel healing and bring that healing, because imagining it is like the doorway for spirit to make manifest, to, especially in terms of like aligning your spiritual energy. Okay, and lastly, Cancer, we're going to roll the angel dice and see what we got going on for you. We have, oh my gosh, you have 2 3s popping up here. What did I just say about 3s? Okay, so you have 332. And we're pulling from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. Your relationships are moving into a space of growth in order for you to feel content. One more time. Your relationships are moving into a space of growth in order for you to feel content. And as always, growth does not always feel comfortable. I get the feeling that we are moving into a space of, like we're kind of moving out of our comfort zone a little bit in order to get to something else, or like we're being pushed out of our comfort zone in a way. So allow that to happen, embrace it, have some form of radical acceptance for that, so that you can welcome in this spiritual shift and this healing, okay, and allow for that growth to happen. But anyway, Cancer, that is all I have for you. That is the message for today. Thank you so much to you, your angel guides, and your spirit team for allowing me to channel, and thank you to my angel and spirit entities for helping me do that as well. If you like the video, go ahead and like and subscribe and all the things so you don't miss content. It helps the message get out to everyone else. I love you, I love you, I love you, Cancer, and I will see you next time. Bye.